Hello guys, I hope you can see me and everything is okay with the quality. I couldn't manage to make it work on Steam correctly. It works on Steam, yes, I can see the stream and see people here watching, but I wanted to make it through the stream, and here I can do it. I don't know why. It just don't want to connect. Sometimes it connect quickly, sometimes not so quickly, and that is why I don't know what to do. Let me check in such a way what we have here, if it works. Oh my god, I wanted to share the screen, but where is my account? Yes, that's it. Okay, it works away what we have. And can you see the stream? Yes, I can see the stream. Okay, and you can see my pointer, so it works. So what I wanted to see, hello, yes, okay, I see that it works. I will try next time, maybe later a little bit, to make it work correctly, because I'm now capturing whole screen, which I don't want to do. It's not very comfortable, but okay. I wanted you to see the pointer because and I made it a bit large, and want to continue to explain G11, how it works and so on. So from time to time I will switch to check the comments, but okay, let's start our second part of G11 system. It's very interesting. I will briefly repeat what I explained in the first part. You can find it on YouTube channel in translations. So we have here a system which moves on the rails. Here it is. Let me choose another option to display. Here you can find a rail. How to show it correctly and easy. Yes, this one. This is the guide, which is inside the frame, plastic frame, and here you can see rails, and it slides on rails. I like this system because it's pretty stable. You see here, it's not playing here, so just moving forward, no up and down. So it connects to the frame only by the rod, in the buffer rod. This one is connected to the frame. So also inside you can see a return spring. It's pretty simple. When we press the trigger, it activates the sear. Sear is here. Sear connected with this connector. This connector unlocks moving of the plate, which make it work. The firing pin, it rotates. It's unusual, not common, as we usually see the firing pin actuated by the hammer, or a striker actuated by the spring. Here there is a plate which holds here by some kind of I don't know how, it's a striker. No, it's not a striker, it's a part of the striker firing pin. Okay, it's called striker here. We usually name it using the manual. But okay, it rotates and it's fire. It hit the primer explode, bullet goes, you already see, very fast. Cartridge disappear, because all cartridge consists of the powder and bullets and primer and some additional, maybe accelerator, I don't remember, and a bullet goes forward. Something wrong with timing. Let me Try one more time. Yes, now it's better. You see the gas is exactly pushing the bullet. So now you can see that system already goes, but gas system is not working just right now because gases goes forward, and only now when the gas come to camera they push the gas piston, and this gas piston transfer forces to the connection rod, and it starts rotating here and do all the trick. And how it works, I already explained a lot more detailed manner how it works there, but I didn't cover all the parts. So I would like to continue in the second part and to tell you more specifics about the design of this gun. Just let me check. Is this a computer game? Yes, this is a computer game. It's a game, it's software, and you may check on Steam. You may check in description in YouTube, in description to the stream, links, and download it for free. Okay, what else? I already explained the single, semi-auto and full auto mod, but I didn't explain everything. Let me continue. I think we will cover unloading and this mechanism also, and but let me start and let me continue to explain other parts we already have. We'll cover just right now this one, but I didn't tell you guys anything about two levers and the buffer system. So, but it's pretty. Every part here is important. Nothing is done just for fun. So let me explain these two levers and the buffer system. Okay, inside buffer, it's not so simple. You see, there is a spring, this rod, and inside also according to the manual, it should be here a hydraulic system with its spring, with a lot of parts here. We couldn't find a reference on how it works exactly, so we animated this on our thoughts. And okay, what happens here when we fired? Bullet goes forward, gases pushes the rod and start rotate here. Everything rotates, you see. So what's happening here? Let me check. When it goes, the buffer, one part of the piston, of the buffer piston, start pushing. It's not pushing, I think the recoil pushed all system back, but it's now free to move backward. Okay, it's forward from position of the buffer, but it's backward according to the all movement. And it goes. Then it just limits here by the end of the frame here, and there is let me start from this one. There is a stop lever, and it's spring loaded here. You see the spring, so it always want to goes up, but oh, it's a crazy system. And I just want to remember how it works. Why it goes It goes up because now the control disk allows to do this. You see, it's spring loaded. It tried to go up, but it can't. And you see, it goes up. But what is there? As for me, this is the stop lever, and it controls. Let me show some control disk, which is connected with the main gear. Let me name it like this. So this control stop lever, it controls the proper leveling of the whole system. It just avoids over travel of this gear. And when it stopped everything and all action finished, and when the system goes back, what we can see that it goes back, goes. Then it has some kind of work buffer here, and with this transfer return lever, okay, but it works with the stop lever, and at the end of the action, the stop lever is disengaging, and now a control disk is ready to work. But it was ready. No, the matter is that it just made it work. Its job was to stop a control lever and the whole gear to avoid over traveling. That's it. It also has some kind of additional work with this axis, and there is a small cut, and it will not allow you to move down until this will be rotated fully. So the system is not very simple at all. You see, it only allows you to move down in a special position of this gear and this gear as well, because they are connected. Let me check here. Okay. If you have any questions, just ask me. I will try to explain you and make and answer any question I can in the best way. Okay, so this is the stop lever, and it controls over traveling of the whole system, because everything is connected here. This control disk connected with the actuator gear on the same axis. You see it can rotate independently. This is connected, so everything controlled it just to avoid any misfunction. And one more very interesting, I just could understand how it works because of Jonathan Ferguson from Royal Armouries. He helped a lot. We have some kind of control disk latch. A very interesting part. It's situated here. No, it's not. 1 second, please. Where should... Yeah, that's it. First of all, the one of the part, the nose of this latch, it travels inside. Let me show you. Inside the... Yes, inside. we have, I already explained, we have one cam for traveling, locking and unlocking systems. There is a lever here which locks the whole, let me name it bolt, and there is another cam. It's here, and here is the nose of that lever, and let me show how it works. It traveling, rotate, now it goes up. Here goes up, and at the end we're still watching it, and now it goes down, you see, and it goes back. So whole function, it just rotates a little bit down, forced by the cam of control disk, and then it goes down. Let's check what it does. So this lever is under the clamping plate. When we fire, what it works like when we fire, so clamping plate goes forward and rotate the firing pin, and then when we recoil it, so you see it now it goes on its place. We are trying to compress the spring here. I explained how it works. It works with the actuation lever here, and when the spring, when it's cocked, you see what happens. This control latch, it goes and stands in front of the clamping plate. So now it can't fire. If anything will happen here, if it will be unlocked or something accidentally broke, it will not fire, because the control disk, it's like, I would like to explain it like an extra safety as for me, because it only unlocks when the whole system already made a job. Only then it allows to make additional fire. Also, maybe it's extra help in a burst mode, which I will explain next stream. But as for me, it was very difficult to understand properly how it works, but we could, because it's not spring-loaded. We thought about it, but it doesn't have any spring. It's limited to traveling, limited by these pins. You see, it can go up and down. It's limited here, and whole thing. So it works with this cam, goes up and down, and also you see how it works. So it goes and stands in front of the clamping plate, then goes down, clamping plate goes, so it holds clamping plate till the end, and when the disconnector is ready, for sure, is ready to catch clamping plate, it unlocks it here. So you see now, disconnector already waiting for clamping plate here, so clamping plate would stop, and this control disk, it controls the movement of the plate, and now, oops, it worked. So these two parts was not covered by me in the last stream, because there was a lot of things to tell you about. Okay. We covered these two parts. I wanted to tell you about them. They are part of all mechanism, this clock And let me continue with unloading. Let me check about comments. Is there any possibility of sending me the application? Okay, let me... Can I go to channels? Yes, can I go to... Yes, I will do this. Let's go to chat. It will be better now. Okay, let's continue with unloading. So, as I know from some people who help us with consultation about historical part of firearms, they told me that first version of G11 was without unloading mechanism because Germans thought, like, why do we need it? Cartridge just explode inside and nothing to extract, nothing to eject. Bullet goes from the barrel and that's it. Why do we need anything like this? But then, if I'm not mistaken, Americans revised this model and they told, okay, but if you have malfunction, if the firing pin that hits the cartridge, hits the primer, and it doesn't work, what to do? What then? Disassemble everything, or what to do? What is the solution? Just and okay, they made mechanism for unloading. For example, it can be used in several ways. First, if there is a malfunction, you have to extract the cartridge which didn't work. And if you're unloading your weapon, you remove magazine and then make unload, and cartridge within chamber will go out. It works like this. Let me show you without. So you should rotate 360 degrees, and something will here will happen. Let me explain how it works. It deserves additional stream just for this mechanism, because we spent days to understand how it works, really, to understand all small specifics on how it works. First of all, how it connected. Because the system works, it moves forward and moves backwards and return, and how it connects to this lever, to this unloading mechanism. If we go inside, we can see that there is a plastic pusher which stands right here. And there is a special step here on the control disk, and when we fire, it's okay. Nothing will prevent. You see, so it doesn't touch anything. It's just waiting for its function and stand. Looking on this step. To rotate, we should what we do, turn up this lever. Let me press unload. So we rotate and start rotating it. But by instruction to start rotating it, we should make some small rotation in degrees. I don't remember what exactly. In manual it was written back, and then rotate it forward. And what happened here, when it goes back, here there is a small mechanism. Let me try to check it up. I already don't remember exactly how it worked, but I made animation. What it does, it unlocks from, because you will not be able to rotate, you have to rotate backwards, then you will be able to rotate it fully. So this mechanism is just, let me, if it's possible, I will show you the cam here. Yes, that's it. So if you will try to rotate it, just now it's blocked here. So you can't do it, it's blocked. This is this piece, it's connected to the handle and it blocks rotation, you can't do it. When you rotate backwards a little bit, what happens? It rotates a little bit, and now you can rotate it, only now. So you see how detailed we try to make this model and to understand even these mechanisms. So now we rotate it, and what happens? There is a gear here which connected to this gear as well. It's a bit strange. Okay, I forgot to make animation backwards. It's my fault. It's very difficult to make it because all system is pretty difficult, and I forgot to rotate a little bit this. It doesn't affect anywhere, but I think I should do it to fix it. So in backward movement I forgot to rotate this gear. So now it rotates, you see. So what we are doing here, we start rotating, and we rotate control disk. As control disk connected everywhere here, so what is happening? So we just make job of this gas piston. So nothing pushes here, there is no gases, no explosion, no bullet goes out. So we do it manually. It's not so difficult, it's not so easy, because we should compress. What is it? We should... How it happened? We should compress this spring, and it's not so easy to compress it on the first movement. It's pretty hard to rotate it because of this spring. Because we do the job of the gas piston. So we rotate it, and nothing interesting here, because we just rotate the bridge cylinder, rotate all gears, and the feeding lever works. So you see, it's all the same like in fire animation, but you do it manually. But we have here, we have to eject it, and where is the ejection port? It's a question, because it's everything here, it's closed, and even here you see there is no any holes here, everything is closed. So that is why we have so complex mechanism here, and I can see that I forgot about animation of rotation backward. Oh my god, I have to fix it. But okay, we rotate it, and this is how it works, you see? So that is the timing. What also is happening here inside, it's not so simple, because a lot of parts are traveling there inside. Let me hide a little bit. I want to see that one. Here there is a slide. This slide, it's a stop to avoid cartridge goes down. For example, we are firing. Let me show you like fire animation. When we're firing and cartridge goes down, it should be stopped by somewhere, something, because if there is no there is a hole here, it just goes down and through the cylinder and everything will not work. So we have here a slide with a plate which stops the cartridge here. So it's a void to drop the cartridge exactly. And here it's not so simple. I even will show you that there is extra cuts here, and even if the cartridge will go a little bit down, there is a small cut here which will make goes back while rotating, you see. So if it will fall, it should fall here, but it's small animation. I didn't do it such detail, just it's craziness. So it should hit here, this plate, and then there is a cut which will place the cartridge back. Okay. So to make it possible to extract cartridge, we should move this plate backward. And how to do this? I'm talking about unloading. Let me fire, then make unload. Something should make it move backward. And so what it works like, so we rotate. Here there is an angled surface on the gear. Its surface, it's from the metal, so gear is plastic if I'm not mistaken, and this surface is metal. And when we rotate it, that's it, here it is. So when we rotate it, we push this, it's called clavis, but it just locks the slide, if I'm not mistaken. So it goes up, and now the rest part of this wheel will push the whole system, the whole slide backward. And this allows you to see how it drops the cartridge. Only because of this. Then it's spring-loaded, it should be, if I'm not mistaken. It should be spring-loaded, or not. Yes, there is a spring inside this. This is the spring of this slide, and spring then will push it back. The only thing, it works with this cam, and not cam, it's like a limiter, and only now it goes back, and we rotate to the end, rotate the lever. So that is how it works. Not so simple, you see, but it's not the end of this mechanism. Because the main trick is what to do. Now you see we rotated, and the feeder just push the next cartridge to the cylinder, bridge cylinder, and it push the cartridge which is here, which is inside. But what to do if we don't have cartridges? We remove magazine, all cartridges just finished, well, empty, magazine is empty. How it works? And here is another, you can see, you will see now another bunch of levers and mechanisms which are constructed and designed to make it work. Okay, let's start from the magazine. First of all, when we reload, no, wrong, we will go even more far. It's plastic. It has a magazine overall, the frame is plastic. It has about 15 rounds, later 45 rounds. And it has a special nose here, it's from metal nose. When we remove magazine, you see something moving here. When we insert magazine, so it's just because of missing of the frames, you can see that the cartridge should push it. Also we have here a spring, small spring. I don't know why it didn't work. I think it's my mistake, because I should edit it to animation. It should be animated, but this spring also works with the magazine. So it closes here, and it compress and make magazine under the pressure. The spring, this nose of the spring, works with the magazine as well. I think it will work in full reloading. So let's simulate empty magazine. What to do? We just will go to the full auto and we'll fire. And let's check, should it work now or not? Yes, now it works, so it's my fault. I just forgot to add it to the meshes which should be animated in that. So you see, it compressed also, it pushed like without touching it, but just because of the animation compression. Okay, but what happens if we don't have magazine or it's empty and we should extract the last cartridge? Let me catch such situation. I should hide like this to understand how many cartridges we have. Let's go to the single and let's fire. Okay, this is the situation. What is the how it works? Let's play. No, let's slow down animation and press and load. So when the last cartridge goes down, nothing push this lever, this ejector. Okay, it's called ejector, and here's the secret by the name of this part. So cartridge do not push it rearward, and now as it's spring loaded, this ejector goes forward, and occasionally it stands right in front of the chamber. You will see what happens here. As its ejector can move and it goes forward, nothing prevents from this mechanism to rotate, and as it's spring loaded here, where it is, here we have a spring. Spring makes rotate the lever, this lever, which I had it just now, the control lever backward, and this will allow to, you will see what happened. Okay. Also, let me hide this. Oh, okay, let's continue. So we rotate it manually. Control disk. Now unlock, now rotate, control disk start moving, and it still nothing happens because this lever is just it can't work. You see, I will hide it. You see a special cam here, you see? So we are waiting for it, and all trick starts with this cam. Now you see it's very close. Okay, let's go. It goes to this cam, and it will travel now forcefully. It will be forced by rotation of the control disk. And what happens here? It start work with this lever, and this lever start push the cartridge which we have here. So you see what is the timing. Timing is crazy on all the system. So it push down, down, down. It extracts here. It goes. And now we should just return. And you see how it works with cam one more time. And here is the end of the job of this lever. And this extractor goes, and only after it goes enough out of the cylinder should rotate back. Yeah, that's it. So the timing is crazy here. Everywhere. You see? That's it. So this is the extractor mechanism. You may check it in World of Guns by trying to control animation in slow motion. Oh, sorry, I pressed it on the pressed just here and it jumped. But this animation only will be available when one cartridge left and you press unload. Only in one case, one cartridge left and you press unload, it will work. All other scenarios, you will see the feeding lever. This one will just push the next cartridge to the cylinder. I hope it was clear. I hope I understand. I clearly explained how it works. Let me check if you have a question. Thank you. What about pump action rifles? I think I will we'll check it later, but we have a schedule of a lot of models are in queue, so I don't think we will be able to make pump action rifle very soon. You may go to application and see the production line. It's craziness there. To force the production, we made a Patreon, and with extra funding we will be able to make additional models. I already told you, and we will make it soon. I think next month I will make announcement about it, because we already have the budget for the next pistol. Okay, what else I would like to tell you about this model? Some small interesting things which we found during production. First of all, it's a gas system, and it's impossible to have gases, all 100% of gases goes through the barrel. Something will go inside, some small percentage of gases will go inside. That is why there is a valve disc here in front, so when there is a pressure inside, the gases will go forward from this valve disc. And there is also another disc here on the back with some nets here, you see, also to make it possible to avoid any pressure inside, so the gases will go out. Also, what is interesting, it's interesting when you remove the magazine, there is a port here which will close, so it's to prevent any dirty and dust go inside, you see. When we insert it, it just is locked by the magazine. Don't forget that during firing, magazine moves with the system. So it locks here and it moves on a rail with whole system, and you can see here that it goes backward, forward. What's interesting also about the magazine, the follower is not so simple. There is a mechanism inside the follower. You can see 1 bolt, 2 bolt and extra springs. Really, it makes me laugh because nothing simple here. Everything is too complex in this model. Everything. So, what is the purpose of it? From my own thoughts, what I think. You see this metal? It should have serration. We didn't do it, just it's craziness to detailize these models that can last forever. You even could see that I found some small mistake. So it has serration, and on the very beginning, spring compressed very, very strong. It compressed because we have here a lot of 15 rounds. When we fire, let me go to full after. Compression of the spring now is not so strong as it was on the very beginning, and I think time also will make some changes to compression force of the spring. So to avoid any movement backward of the follower, because it will make it will lead to misfire, because if with inertia all these cartridges will go a little bit backward, it will not be feeding will fail. So avoid anything like this, avoid this situation. I don't know, I animate it. Let's check, did I animate it or not? Let's go to single, fire. Let me check. Yes, I made some small animation here. So we imagine that there is a serration here, and when the follower goes back, it should jump. It starts now, so it goes a little bit out and then jump on another serration to avoid any movement of the backward movement of the follower. So I think that's it. We also could do disassembly of this scope, but I don't think we had patience for this. It's a production of this model. It lasts more than half of a year, and that is why we tried, and it was craziness. Also, it's very interesting to see here set for cleaning, you see, and I didn't explain, there is, let me go to disassembly. Okay, loading, remove the magazine. It's not so simple. It's simple here. Just press these plastic buttons. Buttons are here, and we remove it. And you see one hole and another hole. So in theory, so we did a field strip, and now we remove this control disc and remove the cylinder and so on. But when you want to test it, for example, and to rotate the whole mechanism out of these frames, you can use a special tool for rotation. You see here is a steel piece here, and these holes is just it can be used like a tool for rotation to check function of system and so on. And also this lever, it's used for disassembly. Let me explain. It has several positions, 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a lock spring here, and to avoid any firing, you just catch this firing pin spring with this. So, okay, I think it's enough for today, and I think I already told you everything I knew about the system and some small specifics. Maybe I forgot to tell you about some small springs which are placed inside the forward plastic cover. This one, let me go. So it holds also by these plastic buttons we enforced with metal, but to make it to avoid to make some pressure on it, we have inside springs, and when we remove this, you can see how it works. So there is some small pins, plastic pins here, and when we remove it for disassembly, springs goes out a little bit. So okay, that's it. I think it's enough for today. It's pretty complex. Next week I will try to explain burst mode, extra work of the buffer in the burst mode, and I think it's very interesting. It worth additional stream for this because it's pretty complex also with all of these parts, and I hope you will like it. Thank you for streaming. Join our Discord channel for any additional questions. I can't answer your questions just for now. Today I also plan a stream showing texturing process of CZ rifle. I hope I will organize it later in several hours. It will be available on Patreon. So thank you for your attention. Okay, hello guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for interest in World of Guns. We are working on it for more than 15 years. We have 300 models all over with all our cars and aircraft and so on. But soon we're approaching to 300 models of the firearms, and I hope you will like it. It's enough for today. I am tired to explain this crazy system, and I hope to see you later on the Patreon channel. You just have to join. It will be available for free users as well. You don't have to pay anything, and if it's interesting for you to check how we create texture for the model, it's okay, you're welcome. Thank you and bye. And you will be able to check the stream on YouTube. I will not delete it.